Welcome everybody to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome newcomers. I hope you like the channel and become part of it, one big happy family, and help out with the journey. I'd like to mention I do have a Facebook crochet group, private group. You're more than welcome to join as long as you have a profile pic, and TikTok and Instagram, and also you can follow me on my page of crochet on Facebook, all under the same name, Crochet Art Tutorial by Maggie Lopez. These are 4-ply 100% cotton thread. I am in Europe, in Portugal. My threads go by color number and not by name. So this green would be color number 23, this lavender color number 26, and of course the beige, the cream color. If you have not subscribed, please do so. Help out with the channel. Sharing is caring. Share the channel or the video, your favorite video. A lot of the videos are pretty much named under the playlist. If you want the oval, if you want pineapples, if you want baby dresses, little girl dresses, or anything, oval, square, round, rectangular, all you have to do is go to the playlist and look under the titles there. So we're going to get started. For the most part, I use 2.7 hooks, sometimes a 3, depending upon my project, and of course a small pair of scissors and a small hook to tuck in your loose ends. Thank you so much, everybody. I also want to thank everybody that has been helping out the women in need of thread, either by shipping to them or by donating money to them or for them. Normally, they will put it into my PayPal because YouTube takes, I can't remember now if it's 20 or 30% of whatever you're donating. And thank you so much for your donations. Nancy McDonald, thank you so much, sweetheart. God bless you. And for the ones that have been just putting on the videos and letting those commercials run through and helping out with the channel, thank you. God bless you on that. Let's get started, everyone. Before I do forget, all of the links are below in the description box, below the video. The TikTok, the Instagram, my Facebook group, my Facebook page, my email, and you also can order any pattern that you wish to have. I do ship them out. And also I do ship out the threads. There's quite a few of you that order threads. These are $12 a ball. They're 100 grams, equivalent to 325 yards. The shipping cost is like horrendous. So minimum order of six balls is the only way I can cover the shipping out. Okay? Because I know some of you will ask about the threads. Thank you, everyone. Okay, everyone. So we're going to create almost oval. The corners are similar to an oval, but not quite that oval. Anyway, you'll know what I mean as we keep going, and of course probably by the picture already. So I've just launched these little granny squares. These are little flower granny squares that is part of this beautiful centerpiece. This creation is by my absolute favorite girl, Lucivania Croche. Thank you so much for this beautiful creation. You guys are going to love it. It's got braided in and everything. So I'm going to use in the same, since I have a lot of, little leftovers, it's perfect to use on these things in order not to put it to waste. So I'll be using these colors more or less that we have in the flower, of course, with the white. These are 4-ply 100% cotton thread, similar to Aunt Lydia number 3. If you're using Aunt Lydia number 3, your pattern will be bigger. So 2.7 hook, of course, pair of scissors, and a small one to tuck in loose ends. So we're going to get started. If you have not subscribed yet, I ask of you please to do so. Help the channel out and share the video or share the channel. Sharing is caring. And please give a thumbs up on the video. God bless you. Thank you so much, everyone. Okay, everybody. So I'm going to start to unite. I created 5 of these little squares. and we're going to unite them together. So you can start off your double crochet however you're used to creating it. I'm going to come in where we have that one chain space. Obviously, if you're creating these little squares, the link is going to be below. You'll see there's a single and one chain. So I'm doing 2 double crochet inside of that chain space and 1 chain to go into my shell in the corner. So I'm going to create a shell of 3 double crochet. Trying to hide this little thread as I go, gets it more secure. So 3 double crochet and 3 chain in between the other 3 double crochet. So after doing 1 chain, I'm going to come in that 1 chain space with a double crochet. I have a single here and I'm going to do double crochet. I have 1 chain here and I'm doing another double crochet. So now I have 3 double crochets, 1 chain, coming in the next corner with my shell of 3 double crochets, 3 chain, and 3 more double crochets. One chain into that 1 chain space with double crochet on top of that single with double crochet. So creating those 3 double crochets again, coming in that 1 chain and double crochet again, 1 chain, shell over shell. So I'm on my 3rd corner, 3 chain, and 3 double crochets. Trying to get this knot in there also makes it easier. So 1 chain, now I'm going to come in into that 1 chain space and doing my double crochet on top of that single, my double crochet, and into that 1 chain space again, my double crochet. One chain. Now here on my last corner, I'm only going to do 3 double crochets. Like that, because we're going to unite with the next granny square. So I'm going to do a 2 chain and I'm coming in to the next granny square and doing 3 double crochets. We'll complete the rest. This is going to be like that. Once we keep uniting them, then we'll complete the rest when we complete all of the squares in. Okay, so now I'm going to come in on the other granny square and do a single. I'm going to come in that 1 chain space and create a double crochet in my single, a double crochet on my 1 chain, a double crochet, and I'm coming back in to the back to back on the other granny square. Now I'm coming directly in the corner, doing 3 double crochets. I'm going to do one chain coming in that shell with a single, one chain again, coming back in, creating my other 3 double crochets. So we pretty much have already 2 united. One chain, come in that one chain space with 1 double crochet on top of that single double crochet, in that one chain space double crochet, and again one chain, going and create my shell. 3 chain, doing my 3 double crochet again, 1 chain, coming in that one chain, doing double crochet on top of that single double crochet, and onto the next chain double crochet, 1 chain. I'm going to do only 3 double crochets, same way as I did with the very first one, like that. I'm going to grab my next granny square. I'm going to do a 2 chain, coming in the corner again, and create 3 double crochets. I'm going to come in that back one, single, coming in that one chain space, double crochet, into that single double crochet, into one chain space double crochet, uniting again on that one chain space in the back granny, coming in, double crochet, create 3, we're on the corner, creating that shell, 1 chain, come in the corner of the other one, single, 1 chain, come back in, and create your 3 double crochets. 1 chain, coming in that 1 chain. This is how we're going to repeat, adding all the squares in, like that. Okay, and then of course once we finish all the squares, we'll come back and complete the rest. 1 chain, come in the corner, do your granny, not your granny, do your shell. My mind with the granny squares. Oh, people, sometimes I tell you it's not easy, right? So, chain 3, again, the 3 double crochets, completing that shell in the corner, 1 chain, double crochet, 1 chain, double crochet, not 1 chain, into that single, where's my mind, I'm telling you, double crochet, 1 chain now, and create only 3 double crochets. We are uniting the next granny. So chain 2, coming into that corner of the granny square, doing 3 double crochets, back with back, into that 1 chain with a single, and again the 3 double crochets, coming and unite on that 1 chain, and shell with shell. One chain, single, 1 chain, come back in, one chain, and complete again this side. chain 3, one chain double crochet in that single double crochet, one chain, and I'll meet you there. Okay, everyone, so I've created this side. I've decided to go only with 4. I think I have enough measurement with 4 only, even though I created 5 squares, but doesn't matter. You could always use it for something else. So chain 3, coming in and completing my shells now. 3 double crochet, 1 chain, coming in that 1 chain, and doing my 3 double crochets, 1 per stitch. So in that 1 chain on top of the single, and again. So I'm going to come here and complete now my other 3 double crochets for the shell. One chain, because we had done 2 on these ones. One chain, I don't know what I was thinking, and I'm going to complete my other 3 double crochets. 1 chain, coming in that 1 chain space into my single, and this is how we're going to do until we complete this side to close in the rest. Okay, so basically just repeating here what we've done here into there. Okay, everyone, so I've reached the end. I'm closed in with slip stitch. Now I should have done that double crochet on the single, but it's okay. I'm not going to take it down because of that. Okay, so I'm going to come back in the same stitch I've closed in with slip stitch and do a double crochet and a single. That's my first double crochet. Double crochet inside of this chain stitch, double crochet, and 1 per stitch. In the shell, I'm going to do 5 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 double crochets, and then 1 per stitch. 1 double crochet, another double crochet, and another double crochet. Inside of this chain, I'm doing 1 double crochet into those 3 double crochets. I'm doing 1 per stitch and 1 inside of the chain space, 1 per stitch again. In the other corner, we're going to do again 5 double crochets. Okay, so we're going to repeat this all the way around our granny squares until we come to the very first one. So 1 per stitch and 1 on top of the double crochets, only at the corners on your shells. That's what's going to make the oval. We do the 5 double crochets. Inside of this 1 chain space of the shell, double crochet where we did the single, in between granny's double crochet and into the next 1 chain in the shell, double crochet. This is all we do coming from one granny square to the other. Okay, so 1 in the space, 1 on the single, 1 in the 1 chain space. I'll meet you at the end of my row. Okay, everyone, so did row 4. I'm counting row 4 because of the white when we added the granny squares. Okay, this row is going to be about singles, row 5, using all loops, and we're going to be doing the increase exactly how we did with the other one. So I'm just bringing that string back there. I'm coming inside of the same one. I'm using both loops now. Single. So on this first double crochet, exactly how we did the previous row, we're doing increase 2 singles on the first one and then 1 per stitch. Now when you get to the other corner, we'll do exactly the same thing. We'll do the increase on the second double crochet of the increase. Okay, so it can balance out the oval. So 1 per stitch. On my first one here, 2 singles, then 1 per stitch. Only at the other corner we'll be doing the increase on the second increase from the previous row. So my increase and 1 per stitch all the way around. So I met the other oval corner, single on that first of the increase, single, and on that second we'll do the increase. Don't forget, when you get to this side, we have to do it on the first and then on the second, exactly how we did with the previous row. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I've reached the end. I'm going to pull the string to the back like that. I'm going to cut my thread because I'm going to come in with a different color. We're going to start the braid. Pull it straight out. And I'm coming on that same one we just did and closing it in, so it becomes just a perfect closing as if they all have the same stitch. Now you can bring this to the back in between height, or make a knot or so in between the stitches back here. Okay, everyone, so you can pretty much start anywhere. I'm going to start here, doesn't matter where. I'm going to do a double crochet. You can start your double crochet however you're used to doing it. I'm going to skip a stitch and I'm going to come into the next one with double crochet. And I'll hide this thread as I go. I'm going to come back to that same one where I did that double crochet, and I'm stretching my thread, doing a sideways poof, 2, 3, 4 times. I'm going to close it together, and sometimes it's best to use a bigger hook to get them all to go through. Okay, now that we've done that, we secure it with slip stitch. I'm going to skip a stitch, come into the next one, and do my double crochet. I'm going to try to hide this thread just a little bit more, like that. Now I'm going to come back into that same one we did that double crochet, so we're not using what we skipped. Stretch your thread, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Secure it with slip stitch. Should loosen my thread a little bit more so it can go through easy. Skip a stitch into the next one, double crochet, come back into that same one, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go through it and slip stitch, skip a stitch into the next one. We're going to do this until the corner. Come back into that same one, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now you could have used also the same color as the flower, but I didn't want to. I wanted to pop out so you can see well the design. Skip a stitch into the next one. Okay, so I'll meet you at the corner. Okay, everyone, we're entering the corner. There is no difference between what we've been doing. Skip a stitch into the next one. So always doing the same thing all the way around the same way. Coming back into that one that we've used. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Close it with slip stitch, skip a stitch into the next one. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of my row. Okay, everyone, so closed in my row with slip stitch on that double crochet that we did. Now we're going to work in the back, so we're going to turn our pattern. Remember, this is braided, so for that reason we're going to work in the back. Now working in the back, we're going to do, I'm going to come, we have that double crochet, right? But if you open up the poof here, we have that space, right, on the, between the poof and that double crochet we did, okay? So we have that double crochet that goes up. Okay, we'll be working on the poof inside of this double crochet. Okay, so I'm going to come back here again. I'm going to do a single on the back side of the pattern and 2 chain. That's my first double crochet. I'm going to come where we've closed the poof out with another double crochet. I'm going to come and work inside of this where we have the poof here. Okay, we have the double crochet in there. I'm coming and working 1, 2, 3, and 4. Close it and 1 chain to secure. Again, I'm going to work inside or right in the center here between the poofs, the double crochet. I think it'll make it easier for you guys. And now I'm coming to work where that double crochet is, in between the double crochet and the poof. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Close it together. Secure that with 1 slip stitch again. Coming in the center between those poofs with double crochet, and now into that space of the double crochet in the poof. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and close it together. Okay, secure that again in between the poofs and in between that space here of the double crochet and the poof 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to do this all the way around the same way, and then I'll come back to you at the end. Okay, so either in between or right where we've closed that poof, it's up to you really. Just try that again. So we've closed there, one chain. So now I'm going to work inside of that poof. I think for me it's easier, but if you find easier for you, then you can do the other way around, okay? In between the poofs. I'm going to come in right between, we have that double crochet right in there in the poof. Stretch 1, 2, 3, and 4. Close it together. Slip stitch. I'm working right where we've closed off that poof with double crochet, and then coming right in between that poof and a double crochet. 2, 3, and 4. Slip stitch. So I'm going to work right where we've closed that poof out, and now working in between the double crochet and the poof. 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and that's how it's going to look in the front. So I'll meet you at the end of my row. Okay, you guys, so we are on the last poof, and we do have that double crochet here. So what are we going to do? We're not going to close it on this double crochet. We're going to close it on the double crochet inside. We have that one here that we did. Remember, when we do the poof, we do the double crochet. So I'm going to close it in here in this double crochet. And we're going to ignore that double crochet in the front that's here. So just slip stitch through it, cut your thread, tuck in your loose ends, and then we're going to face to the front, because remember, we are working on the back. I have some extra thread here that I need to, I'm going to tuck it in from here. That's from a knot that I have there. And then I can just cut the leftover, whatever is left of it. And I'm going to tuck in this one. So we are still in the back of the pattern. Just going to come through here and make a knot on it so nothing comes apart. And now I'm going to come back in with my white. Now I'm going to face the front. Now it looks all a little bit wavy and messy. It's normal. So it looks a little bit wavy, but it's going to get straightened out now working with the white. So we're going to work on the front now. Okay, everyone. So I'm coming back in with the white. And I'm going to work more or less. So we have the last increase here. As you remember, I'm going to work right after that. You don't have to be extremely specific, but So this is my last increase on here. Same direction, the one right after that. I'm going to do 2 singles. Two singles per stitch. Not singles, I don't know what I was thinking. I'm going to do half. So let's try that again. Changing a bit. She has singles. I'm going to do halves. Her thread is way thicker than mine anyway, so it's bigger. I'm going to come back in and doing half double crochets into the next one. Two halves again, all the way until the corner. I'll try to hide this thread a little bit more because we do have those increases in the corner. So 1, 2, 1 and 2. Until we reach more or less our first increase. Okay, if you want to put a hook on there, then go ahead. We have to do it lined up to where we have that first increase there at the corner. Okay, and then I'll meet you there. Hope it wasn't off camera. I have such a bad habit on that. Half, 2 halves per stitch in the middle of the poof stitch. Okay. Okay, everyone. So here's my first increase. If I go straight up, I'm into this space. I'm going to do 3 halves on this first increase that we have here. Okay, the next one, only 2 halves because we're entering the oval. We must keep it oval. The next one, 3 halves. So we are increasing 3 times. Next one, 2 half double crochets. Next one, 3. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Now, as you can see, we have the last increase here. Now we continue with 2 until the next oval. And the same thing for all 4 corners. So we have our increase right on here. That means I have to do 1 more. Landed right on it without noticing. So our increase is here. And then 2. And then 3. Two. So we have 1, 2. This is our third increase. And then 2. So it's 3 increases on each corner, and then we continue after doing the 3 increases, 2 per stitch, 2 half double crochets until the next corner. Okay, so everything gets pretty tied up. It all comes together. So I'll meet you at the end of my row. Don't forget, when you get to the next corner, you must do where your increase is, lined up, and then the other one the same thing 3 times. So we have 3 increases, 1, 2, and 3. I have 3 half double crochets. Okay, everyone, so reaching the end, I'm going to come from behind, bring that string to the back, and this row we're going to do double crochet. So I'm coming using back loops only, okay, doing a single, stretching my thread, and 1 chain. So I have my first double crochet into the next one, back loops, but I'm grabbing both threads there so it does not pull on that loop. So we're going to continue to do this until we have the increase where we did the 3 half double crochets, and we're going to be doing an increase in the middle of the 3 double crochets. Okay, so we have our first increase here. So we're using back loop. The middle one, we're doing 2 together on the same stitch. Okay, 3 times, of course, because we have 3 increases. Okay, everyone, so I arrived where we have that first increase of the 3 halves. So in the middle one, doing 2 in the same stitch, and then 1 per stitch again. So we had 3 increases here. We're going to continue to do 3 increases. That means on that second middle one again, here, we're going to do 2 in the same stitch, and that goes for all 4 corners the same way. So my increase, this is my second increase. So I'll meet you at the end of my row because everywhere else is 1 per stitch. Okay. Okay, everyone, so I'm reaching the end. I'm going to come behind that 1 chain we did. I'm going to pull my string to the back. And I'm going to come in that same stitch, and I'm going to bring the string to the front with a single and 1 chain. So my first double crochet, I'm going to do 1 more chain for space. I'm going to jump a stitch and come into the next one. 1 chain, jump a stitch into the next one. 1 chain, jump a stitch into the next one. We're going to be doing that until we get, because we are on the side, until we get to that first increase. Okay, then I'll come back to you on it. Okay, everyone, so I've landed right on top of that second double crochet of the increase. Now we're going to have 15 increases from here until the other side. So 1 chain, I'm coming directly inside of the next stitch. We're going to keep alternating. This one I don't jump, the next one I jump. The next one I don't jump, the next one I jump. Okay, so jumping this one. So I have my first increase by not jumping. 1 chain, I'm not jumping this one. 1 chain, I'm jumping. 1 chain, I'm not jumping. 1 chain, I'm jumping this one. 1 chain, not jumping. Whoops. 1 chain, jumping. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 increases already, and we're going to do that until the very last increase on this side. Okay, so 15 times. You have to remember that. 1, 2, and 3. Now I'm not jumping this one. This is my 4th increase. I'm jumping my 5th increase. I'm jumping. Okay, so I'll meet you once I've completed 15 times. Okay, everyone, so I have my 15 increases and my 15 finishes on that last increase that we did on the previous row. Now we continue to jump 1 until the next oval. Until that first increase on the next oval. And then do the same thing to the 4 corners, 15 increases. Okay? Okay, everyone, so I've closed in my last one with slip stitch. Now we're going to come and work inside of this chain. So stretch your thread a bit. Now, if you need to work with a size bigger, maybe it's best because we don't want this row to pull. Okay, we're doing front pulls in all of these double crochets that we have here. So one inside, that's why it's important. It's got to be loose, but not, like an ocean, that loose, but loose enough so it does not pull on the pattern. For that reason, I tell you, especially if you have a tight stitch like myself, it's best that you use a hook size bigger than your normal in order to do this row. So front post, and we're doing this to all of them, all the way around. That's why it's important to give it a bit of loosage so it does not pull on the pattern like that, including the oval. Okay, so one inside of that chain space and front post, one inside, front post, all the way the same way around this row. Now, I usually have a tight tension, so this is perfect for me to use the size 3 hook on my thread. Okay, if you're using Aunt Lydia and you're already using a size 3, then you should probably go to 3.5 or 4. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of my row. Okay, everyone, so I'm reaching the end. I have my last front post to do. The next row is going to be a repeat, but the front post will be on that double crochet we did in the center of that one chain. So I'm going to close in where I have that double crochet. Now, where we have the front post, I'm going to stretch my thread, do a single 1 chain. So that's my double crochet, and where we have that 1 double crochet, we're doing front post. This whole row will be like this. On the front post, double crochet, and in the middle of that double crochet, we're doing front post. Okay, so we're reversing the front post in the middle of each double crochet. Okay, all the way to the end the same way. I'll meet you at the end of my row. Okay, everyone, so I've closed in with slip stitch. Now, I've already put markers on, and I put my markers more or less where the first increase was done, correct? So just lined it up more or less the same way. And here also where the first increase was done. So I pretty much just lined it up where I think more or less it was done. And also here and here. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to my normal hook, and we're going to do so I've closed in with slip stitch. I'm going to go into the next one and do a single, next single, and a single. So we have 3 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4 chain. I'm going to skip 1, 2, 3 and come in my 4th. Single, single, and single. So I have 3 singles, chain 4. Skip 1, 2, 3, come on your 4th. Single, single, and single. And I'm going to do that until more or less my mark point of that first increase we did. Okay? Okay, everyone. So my 3 singles landed pretty much where my marker is, my last 3 singles of the side, which is okay. Now we're going to continue to do the 4 chain, but we're going to skip 1, 2, and come on the 3rd because we're entering the curve. 3 singles again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, into the 3rd. 3 singles, 1, 2, 3, 4, skip 2, go into the 3rd. So we have to do this on the oval, and I'll let you know how many I have. Okay, everyone. So marker to marker, I have 13 loops of 4 chain, skipping only 2. Okay, and we must do the same thing, obviously, to this side. Okay, so I'm going to continue mine and tell you more or less how many I have here. Maybe that's going to help you out. Okay, now we're going to skip the 3 and go into the 4th. So 4 chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, and skip 1, 2, 3, going into my 4th. The noise is unbelievable with the construction in this house, people. 2, 3, 4. Skip 1, 2, 3. Come on your 4th. Okay. Okay, everyone. So I've done 9 loops on the side. And then my 3 chain. Now I'm going to continue skipping only 2 and going into the 3rd, and doing those 13 again. 1, 2 into the 3rd, 3 singles. Okay, 13 loops again like we did on this one here. So I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I arrived perfectly on my first single that I started. So I have 13 loops on the oval, 9 on both sides, and 13 loops on the other oval. Okay, so I've closed in with slip stitch on that first single. Okay, everyone, so I'm going to come into that middle single with a single and 1 chain. My first double crochet, my double crochet on the next. I'm going to do a 2 chain. I'm going to come in the center of this 4 chain with a single, 2 chain, and now I'm going to do where we have the 3 singles, 3 double crochet. It's going to be like this all the way around. Chain 2 in that 4 chain with a single, chain 2, and 3 double crochets over those 3 singles. Okay, so chain 2, single, chain 2, double crochet over the singles. So we have 3 singles, we have 3 double crochets. Okay, everyone, I've reached the end. I'm going to do the walk to the next single with slip stitch and into the center of my 2 chain. 1, 2, 3 chain, go into the next loop with single, 1, 2, 3 chain into the next. So we're skipping all 3 double crochets. This whole row will be about chain 3 and singles. Okay, 1, 2, 3, skip the 3 double crochets into the next loop, 1, 2, 3, into the next loop, and we're going to repeat this all the way around the same way. So I'll meet you at the end because this banging is driving me insane. Okay, everyone, so pretty much closed in with slip stitch on that single. I'm going to come in the middle of this 3 chains, single, 1 chain, my first double crochet. I'm going to continue to do 6 more double crochets, so total of 7 double crochets. This row is going to be about 7 double crochets inside of the middle of the 3 chain where we have the single here. Okay, so 2, 4, 6. I have to add more thread because I'm finishing this thread. So we did 6, 1 more. Gonna do 7 double crochets. Now I'm going to come into the next loop with single, again into that middle with 7 double crochets. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Into the next one, single. That's all we're going to do. Into the middle again with 7 double crochets. We have 3, 4, 5. I keep moving with my camera. Goodness. 6 and 7. Single into the next one. Okay, so creating these shells of 7 double crochets. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All the way around the same way. We have 1 more row left. And we're pretty much done afterwards, okay? Okay, everyone, so I've done my last single. I'm going to close with slip stitch on that first double crochet, cutting my thread, tuck in the loose ends, and I'm going to come in the last row with a different color just to match up the granny square up front. Not sure yet which one. I'm going to decide on it. So now just hide your thread in between the stitches. Okay, so I'm going to come in with the mixed colors that I have on the flower. So I'm going to use, I'm not working on that first double crochet nor the last. So I'm going to come in that second double crochet back loop, single, into the next one, single. Try to hide this little thread as I go. And I'm grabbing 2 right in the center, the 2 loops, so I don't pull on that back loop too much. Now you could do the blue or whatever color you're doing, example. So I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 singles Okay, now I'm going to come in where we have the single here, and I'm going to do a poof 1, 2, and 3, and pull it out all together and secure that with slip stitch. Skip that first double crochet, come in the second and do your single, so 5 singles, not working that first double crochet nor the last one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I miss something here? Probably skipped. Okay, so we're not working that first. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. Maybe I skipped something here. I'm not sure. So I'm just going to go back to make sure that I don't skip any. So 1, okay, so I did skip that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 singles. Coming in that single we have here and doing 1. So it's front post poof stitch 3 times, and then close it in, secure that with slip stitch. Skip that first double crochet, come in the second, single, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this is how we're going to repeat all the way around the same way. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial as much as I did. This is a beautiful pattern. Thank you, Lucivania. This is so amazing. So take out 3. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up on the video. Share if you can. Sharing is caring, either the video or the channel. Help out to have more people join us so I can continue creating these beautiful pieces for you guys. It's free, you know that, so it hurts nothing to give a thumbs up and to subscribe. I will see you in the next tutorial. God bless you. I'll leave the measurements below and also how much thread I've used, remembering that if you want to go bigger, you can keep adding more granny squares at the beginning and just follow through with the same concept as we did here with this doily. Okay, until next time, everybody, God bless you. Bye-bye.